Hi guys, welcome to today's vlog. My first vlog as a Preggo Eggo. 10 minutes into driving home, the car was weird. My dad called me, he was like, don't panic. And I was like, I'm not panicked, I'm pregnant and pissed off. I've also never ever broken down where I couldn't get the car out of people's way. So I just felt like such a lemon. I was just literally in the middle of the road, taking up the whole road. Like,
it's been a long day for sure. How could I resist your smile? Can we move on?
I can't tell you how lucky I feel that we inherited this with the house. These take forever to flower. I can't believe it's my turn to be finally having my own pram and pushing my baby. Oh my god, I'm getting really emotional. This one made me die of me and my best friend. Look at us. She's like under my dress.
Right now I'm standing in the corner. I see you from across the room. It's kinda crowded here, but I know you see me too. Everybody's singing oh, everybody's singing oh. I don't know what it is about you. It must be in the way you move. Just say you want me to. We got nothing to lose. You're looking so old. You're looking so old. Now I'm moving closer to you, and it's getting dark in this room. Tell me what you wanna do. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love you, let me love you. Baby, let me love you, let me love you. Let me love, baby, let me love you. Just say the word and we can leave this place. I'll take you anywhere you want. As long as we're together, everything we'll do. You got me going oh, you got me going oh.
Hi guys, welcome to today's vlog. My first vlog as a Preggo Eggo. You'll see that straight away this has changed. Everything's gone from here. If you're a subscriber, if you're not, please do subscribe. I'd love to have you. So yeah, today I am on the hunt for somewhere to, baby brain, I keep forgetting the word, develop our wedding photos from our disposable cameras. It's been a year and I can't find anywhere. So I'm on the hunt. I'm going to go out now. We had some for our actual, like the day we got married, that mini COVID wedding we had, and in the end I had to take them to Boots, and they had to send them to Germany, and it took months. It took like 6 months, and it cost me like £200. I'm hoping to find something better than that. So yeah, come with me, let's go find somewhere. I've got 10 of them to develop. I'm so excited to see the photos. We put them on everyone's tables, and there was actually some kids at the wedding who had never seen them before, and they could not get their heads around that you were taking it and you couldn't see it. You had to just wait. So I actually also can't wait to send it to their families so they can see the photos they took. So yeah, also it's the first time I can do this. Should we do a bump update? Here she is. She's a bumping. And by she I mean me, not that baby's a girl. We're not finding out the gender, we don't know. That's not a hint. I meant me. I'm a bumping. Anyway, let's go. Okay, I've come to an Asda, specific Asda, it's not my local one, but I came here because years ago this is where I used to get all of my photos developed, so I'm hoping the photo section's still in there. Definitely got something in my eye. Wish me luck. No luck with photos, but they've got some really cute clothes in here that I could wear through the pregnancy. I like this little number, puffy sleeves, yes, green and floral. Yeah. Nearly walked past this, but how nice is this skirt? That would be so comfy in pregnancy, and it is really soft. Ooh. I desperately need swimwear, like plus size maternity swimwear, and nowhere does it, although I saw online that George had some, but I don't know that they're in here. You know what, I think this is one of them, but this doesn't say it's maternity, but I bet that would work. Oh, they've got it in pink. I haven't looked at baby stuff in this Asda. Oh my goodness, this. Again, I don't know what I'm having yet, so I've got to go for, oh my god, look at this. Oh my goodness, stop it. I would wear that. I love baby dungarees, they're my fave. And anything Pooh Bear, obviously. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, it's so soft. No success, and I was so hopeful. They don't have a photo thing in there at all anymore. It's completely changed. There is a Boots here, but it's tiny. I'm not going to bother with that. I want to go to Snappy Snaps, which is in the next town over. So I'm probably going to go do that. Cute clothes in there though. Success, ladies and gents, success. I called ahead to Snappy Snaps. I found their number online. I called them. I said, do you develop cameras? Do you do it in store? How long will it take? Do you do prints? Do you do them digitally? He was great, and he said yeah. So I've got to run there now because it's nearly closing time. Yeah, but I'm so happy. Right, I'm going to take them in. I'll check in with you when I come out. Success. I'm out of breath. Pregnant life. Oh my god, success. Whew. That is such a relief. I've basically written down like loads of stuff loads of loose ends I need to tie up to do with the wedding that I need to pay for month by month. Like me and Ben sat down and tried to spread it because obviously we've got a lot of baby stuff to buy. So yeah, and all of the baby stuff is expensive. So yeah, I'm trying to break it down. This month's thing was to get those developed. It cost me £200. So the price was the same, but actually last year I only had 5 cameras and it cost me £200. It took 6 months and they were sent off to Germany. This time it was 10 cameras and it cost me £200 and they'll be done by Friday. So literally a few days. So oh, it's such a relief and I'm so excited. And she said she might be able to email me them digitally tonight. Like I'll be able to see them tonight. So I'm very, very excited. I can't wait. I don't know what people took photos of. We put them on everyone's table. So excited. But yeah, time to go home. And I think Ben's making a lasagna for us. Lovely jubbly. Stay hydrated. Hey, it is 2 days later. And you won't believe what happened. So the last time I checked in with you, I was so happy I'd had success. Oh, got a little weird ligament pain going on. Yeah, I was so happy. It was success with the wedding photos. I got in my car, I spoke to Ben. I moved around a bit, I was uncomfortable. I spoke to Ben, we were planning dinner. I set off and 10 minutes into driving home, the car was weird. Like it started juddering and making weird noises. And I was like, no, something's definitely wrong. Like when I was coming up to traffic lights and I had to slow down to stop because it was just everyone stopped at the traffic lights. And yeah, as I went into first gear, the car was fully like shaking me. And I was like, oh no, this is not good. And we've been having problems with this car for a while and we've been meaning to get a new car like from before we even found out we were pregnant. But you know, it was a wedding, honeymoon, Christmas, there's just been a lot, and then baby stuff. But it's been up there, it's now #1 priority. But yeah, so I called Ben and I was like, something's wrong with the car, and explained it, and he was like, oh, I don't know what that is, but just from what you're saying, but I'm sure you'll get home okay, just go really slow. And I was like, yeah, I just want to get the like motorway part. It's not very long with the way I like to go home from where I was. I was like, I just want to get that over and done with, and I'll stay in the slow lane. Anyway, when I was going fast, it was absolutely fine. Like if I was going like 40 and wasn't touching anything, absolutely fine. And any faster than that, fine. Slowing down was the problem. So anyway, I come off the motorway, I got that bit done fine, thank God. And I'm coming up to another big roundabout where everyone stopped and I had to slow down again. And this time it like stopped and wouldn't start. but like nothing, like no noise, just nothing happening. And I was like, no, please, not in the middle of all this. It was literally like rush hour traffic. I was like, please no. And when I'm heavily pregnant, I am not in the mood. And it was hot, so obviously because of my lupus, I'm like wary of that, of like being stuck, and like I'd better find some shade. Thankfully I had water with me, but yeah, anyway, I called Ben again and I said, look, it just wouldn't start. I've got it started again now, but yeah, it just doesn't like me going slow or trying to stop it all. And he was like, if you can, just try not to stop, and definitely don't turn the car off, like don't turn the engine off. And I was like, okay, yeah. And then again, only about 5 minutes later up the road, it was juddering loads again, and the gear stick was just shaking loads, and I was like, oh my god, what is happening? And then there was this noise like dun dun coming from like the middle of the underneath of the car. It sounded like something was hitting the ground. I don't think it was, but that's what it sounded like. Yeah, and I was like, okay, this is just great. And then I'm going up this hill, and it's not a very big hill, thank god, but it's still a hill, and a hill enough, and I had to stop because I literally could not stop, and yeah, the car just would not start. But this time, instead of doing nothing, it was going vroom, 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 but just doing nothing, like wouldn't get past that. I tried everything and I was like, no. So I just put on my hazards, put on my handbrake. I was like waving everyone to go around me. But the problem was, like, obviously the safest thing to do if you break down is to get out of the car, because you'd rather the car get hit than the car get hit with you in it, because people don't pay attention to cars that are stopped in the middle of the road. And I genuinely, the steering lock kicked in and I literally couldn't even steer it out of the way, like to the side of the road. So I was just fucked. Waving everyone by, but was like, I want to get out of the car, especially given my pregnant state, so that I feel safer. But like, there wasn't a break, it was just constant traffic, and actually people were coming up so fast behind me that was stressing me out. I called Ben and just said, look, this has happened, you're gonna have to come get me, and like call AA. And he was like, yeah, I'm on my way. He actually, thank god, wasn't at work, he'd just got home, which was nearer than his work, so he started heading that way. But I thought, you know what, I can't move this car, and I'm like I feel like I'm about to get hit because of the way people are coming up behind me. No one was like noticing my hazards. I was having like people beep at me, like my hazards were on. And I was waving people by, but people were beeping at me, because people just don't pay attention when they're driving. And so then I called my dad, because my dad was not that far from where I was at all. And I was like, can you just come and like try and help me move the car? And he was like, yeah, but if in the meantime, if anyone, he said, obviously try and get out of the car, and in the meantime, if anyone does offer to try and push it over to the side, just take it. Don't say you're waiting for me. The quicker you can get it out of the way, the safer. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine. I got a little break, I got out of the car, I left it with the hazards on, and I was standing by the side of the road. And so again, if anyone looked confused, I was like waving them on. And then yeah, I'm stood there in my heavily pregnant state, and I thought, all these guys are just driving past. They're seeing me, they're seeing my car. Chivalry's dead. No one was offering to help at all. And I was just like, this is great. I'm just gonna have to wait for my dad and Ben to get here for them to do it. But then actually 2 angels came along. They pulled, so I was like awkwardly stopped sort of by where a little country lane, because I live in the countryside, where a little country lane sort of joins onto that bigger road, and 2 ladies in a car came up that country road, and they were sort of looking at my car because it was sort of across their way. Everyone could get in and out around me, thank god. I wasn't blocking it, but it was awkward. And I could see them being like, is anyone in it, sort of thing. And I was trying to like get their attention from this side, being like, because my car's over there, they're here. I'm like, hello, sorry, go round. They finally noticed me and straight away ran down the window, and like one of the ladies that was driving was older than me, and the other lady was her mum, who was like older than my mum, but they straight away were like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, it's just stopped. And they were like, is anyone on the way? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, we're gonna get out and push it. And I was like, only if you're sure, like, not to be that women aren't. Person okay? No, they're not. People get, oh, it's delivery. Delivery people get so confused. I don't know why though, up this lane, because like obvious all of our houses are clearly numbered, like, but it's just so hard for people. Anything we get delivered, a lot of the time they'll like just stop at the entrance to our little lane and call and be like, I can't find you, and you're like, you haven't even come down the road, you're in a different road. Someone's got KFC. Now I'm hungry. Right, yeah. Yeah, they just were angels, and I'm not at all trying to suggest that like women aren't strong, women can't push cars, whatever. But I just was like, of course women are going to be my saviours. Like, I love women are incredible. They just didn't even hesitate the second they saw me and put two and two together. They were like, we're helping you. Jumped out of the car. They pulled their car over and they were like, can you get in and just take the handbrake off, and we're going to try and push it and just try and steer it. And I said, yep. I said, the steering was a bit fucked, so I don't know what I can do, but I'll try. Anyway, because we're on this hill, and I just don't think I think they underestimated how heavy my car is. And they were pushing me and they were just going, it's so heavy. And I was like, honestly, please, I don't want either of you to get injured, like, because of their age and everything as well. And you don't know people's health status, and I know that it was lovely of them to offer, but it's not worth anyone getting hurt. So I was like, honestly, if you can't, because they were really struggling and saying like, oh my god, it's so heavy, and I was like, no, I'm sorry. And I was trying to move it. It just wasn't working, and then I think this guy that came past was sort of shamed into helping, because I'm then stood there heavily pregnant. There's these two older women pushing my car, like, yeah, and all these big burly men in their white vans just going home like peace. And the amount of times it actually makes me laugh, because I'm sitting here being like, of course it was women, but the amount of times I have pulled over and helped people that are broken down when like no one else has, and help, yeah, it's just wild, isn't it? But people just don't, a lot of people don't want to help. And anyway, this guy got out and he was like, oh, I used to have this car and this feels really familiar. And I was like, can I get in it? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. And then we sort of decided, actually, because of being on the hill, it would be smarter to just let it roll back and then steer it inwards to the bit past the little country lane junction. Mr. KFC's leaving, let's just let him go. Yeah, so then that's what we did. They were like, you just get out of the way, stand in safety. So I did, thank God. And there was shade, yay. And they, yeah, rolled it back and in and right up. And he was like, I know it's on double yellows, but like, it's fully out of the way, and that's the best place here for it to stay if it has to just be left here, which I hadn't even considered. I was just thinking, obviously my dad and Ben will get it started. Like, I've never had a car fully break down like that. Anyway, then my dad turned, they were lovely, and then actually another guy came. He came right as we really didn't need any more help, and I was just like, thank you so much. And I couldn't stop thanking them. I was like, you're two angels to the ladies, because they were just so lovely. They kept checking if I was okay the entire time. It was just lovely, and asking me about if I know if it's a boy or a girl, and it was just nice. God bless them wherever they are. Yeah, so they all left. I just left it with its hazards on, because it was still sort of, it was up on the curb, but it still obviously was partly in the road, and I wanted it to be clear it had broken down. I stood out of the way, Dad came, and then really Ben must have driven too fast to get to me. I think he was very worried, because I was stressed. Because when my dad called me, he was like, don't panic, and I was like, I'm not panicked, I'm pregnant and pissed off. Which is true. It was the inconvenience of it all. And I've also never ever broken down where I couldn't get the car out of people's way. So I just felt like such a lemon. I was just literally in the middle of the road, taking up the whole road. Like, and actually Ben was right. He was like, thank God you did there and not literally like 2 feet forward, because then you're in this like tiny village's high street, and you can't even fit two cars. Like, I would have blocked everyone, basically. It would have been so fucked. No one would have been able to go anywhere. It would have been pandemonium. So actually, yeah, I'm glad I did where I did, that it wasn't on the motorway and it wasn't in that tiny little town. But yeah, my dad arrived, and then shortly after Ben did. When my dad started it, it was juddering loads, and he was like, it's so weird. But then when he tried again, it did nothing again. And I was like, yeah, it's done both of those to me. He was like, that is so strange. Also, then the tyre just was flat. Just to add insult to injury. Flat tyre as well on top of it all. Yeah, then Ben came, and they were just sort of discussing what they think is wrong. And they looked under the hood, and like, it just, everything, they didn't know what was wrong. It was very odd what it was doing. Ben was like, I think it could be the clutch because the way the gears are being, and the fact that when you were slowing down, I was like, look, I don't have a bloody clue. Don't ask me. We decided, yeah, to call AA, get them there, and then actually not take it home, because then we would have to get a garage and pay them to come and get it from our house to take it to the garage. So there's a garage nearby where there's parking opposite that's just like there's on-road parking. It's huge and everyone parks there and there's no restrictions. So we asked AA to take it there. So then Ben was like, I'm going to obviously sit here and wait for AA. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll keep you company. And him and my dad were both like, no, you should go back to your parents, go back with dad and chill, because you're pregnant, and then you can go to the toilet, because I was literally busting for a wee, and you can get a drink and you can chill out, and you don't need to be sitting in the uncomfortable work van with Ben waiting. And I was like, oh, if you're sure? And they were both like, yes, come on. So I went back to my mum and dad's. My mum made us chili con carne, one of my faves, and we left some for Ben, which he loved. Yeah, they actually didn't take that long. They were there in under an hour, bless them, AA, and they were great, and they took the car. And it's there now, and it's the fuel pump is fucked, and that garage won't do it. They've suggested another garage. That garage doesn't want to do it for a whole week. So the idea of being without a car for a whole week is like stressing me out a little bit. But yeah, that was what happened. And so yesterday I was just wiped out. I felt fine. Like, everyone kept asking me if I was okay, just I guess from the stress of it all. And I was like, yeah, honestly, I'm fine. It's not like I got out and pushed the car. Like, I feel fine. And I think that was just like my body was coping in the moment to get through the day, like to get home and get to bed. I was knackered. I went basically straight to bed as soon as we got home from mum and dad's. But yeah, then the next day, yesterday, I was just wiped out. I honestly stayed in a dark room all day. I just could not do anything. I stayed in my pyjamas. It made me feel so unwell and so exhausted. Just not good. But an amazing, glorious thing happened last night. Baby's been kicking for ages and I've been able to feel it, but no one else has been able to feel it from the outside yet. There's been so many times when I've been sure that like Ben would be able to, because of how strong they are and because I can feel it on my hand. But I guess the difference is I can also feel it inside, so I know when it's happening, and he hasn't been able to feel it yet. But last night he felt baby kick for the first time and I just burst into tears. I feel like it was like the joy after the day before and how awful I felt all day. It was just nice. It was like the cherry on top. Yeah, it was like 5 strong kicks. He couldn't believe it, and it was just amazing. I just think that is like a lovely bonding thing for dads, because obviously like I've felt everything the whole time. Like, I'm with baby at all times. We are constantly vibing, but dads don't get to, and he's been obviously the best and been so involved in everything. Comes to every single appointment. He wants to know everything. He's very into it. It's been amazing, but it's not the same as feeling baby, I don't think. And so yeah, it just was really magical. So I'm really excited about that. On to today. We are going on a date day because we haven't done that in a while. Like, I don't think we've actually done it. I think we've done it since our baby moon. Just Ben's been working like mad, and we've just been busy with the house stuff and getting everything ready, and it's just not been able to happen. But we're going on date day. We're going to go to the cinema and see the new Guardians of the Galaxy film. I'm very excited about that. And then go for dinner, and I'm going to bring you along. It's going to be lovely. Let's go. I've now got a dry mouth again. 2-litre bottle of water when you're pregnant is just the best. And this dress that I've had for ages but don't wear very often. Bump update. I love being pregnant. Like, honestly, I really do. Like, I just love being pregnant. I love my body. It's just incredible. Right, I'm also hungry now, so let's go get some cinema snacks, my favourite part.
Hi, let's go.
Alright, let's take a look at our weather forecast today.
Today's forecast, a lot of sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but again, away feels like.
Oh my god, we've come to a super screen for the first time, and it is gigantic. And we're sat right at the back. We're the only people here because we're super early.
Yeah, not today. Feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break. Got the Tropicana.
Hey, we're home. I really liked that film. I thought it was really good. I'm not talking to you. I will have fresh water actually, yeah, please.
You got a glass?
I've got a giant bottle. Can you actually fill it up?
All the way?
Yeah, because take it in my prison and take it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Basically,
She's trying to eat the plant.
come on, man. Let's go. Good girl.
Thanks. I really liked it. I cried like 3 or 4 times. Warning, if you're a mosh and you're going to see it, it's a mosh. It hit me in the feels for sure. That was our first time in a super screen. I am obsessed. The seats were so comfy, so spacious. They like leaned back as well. It was so good, and the screen being that big, especially for a film like that, it was great. I really liked it. Yeah, we're home. Dinner was just okay. Like the starters and the drinks were great. My main was not great. I think they just left it under the heated plates things too long and it just got dried out and just not great. But yeah, never mind. I had a lovely time with my husband. Baby was kicking during the movie. And yeah, just a lovely day was had by all. I'm going to go to bed shortly. I'm tired. Morning from the garden. Just thought I'd show you some updates. First thing, look at this yellow rose. I can't tell you how happy I am that it's flowering because last year it didn't flower at all and it basically died. Like it looked completely dead from being moved from our old house to this house, and I just left it hoping it would come back and it did. So I adore it and I'm so happy that it's doing well. All of the forget-me-nots are coming out, which I adore. They were my nan's fave. Look at this incredible rose. This is one of the ones I got on my birthday. It's called Star Performer. Oh my god, it's glorious. And then our big rose bush here has just gone wild. I can't explain to you how tall it is. It's at least 8 foot tall. It's outside our kitchen window, so I love that I get to look at them. And down here is a peony, and I know it doesn't look like much because it's just leaves at the moment, but last year that did nothing, so it's a great improvement. Look at this glorious rhododendron. It's the most beautiful pale pink and white. It looks more white on camera than it is in real life. But again, this didn't do much last year and I was really sad about it. So I'm so happy to see everything coming back to life. And now this peony has big bulbs, so I'm very excited. Again, this did nothing last year, but I removed some stuff from around it and I actually did cut back a load of this that's overgrown, but it's come back, so I might cut it back again just so it can get more sun. But yeah, I'm very excited. Peonies are my fave. And just look at how glorious wisteria. I can't tell you how lucky I feel that we inherited this with the house. These take forever to flower. Like, this is probably decades old. It's huge. It's incredible. I did my best to take care of it this year and it's so much better than last year. Still got a load of bluebells going strong back here. Oh my god, I was just going to say, I wonder if any of the roses on the pergola are out. And there is one. I can't believe it. I think that's a lot earlier than last year, but look how beautiful it is. And this clematis is coming out and way better than last year. I proper chopped it back, hoping for the best. But yeah, seems to be happy. The wisteria coming over our shed. Incredible. And this blossom tree is still going strong, which is interesting because that's one of the most delicate blossoms I've got, where they're so heavy and they hang upside down like that. Like they're meant to do that. But we've always had it potted, but it wasn't doing well, so we put it in the ground here. And I think because of the shelter from all the other trees around, it's doing well and the blossom hasn't blown off yet, which is really late and really exciting. Oh my god, no, we have another rose, and this is one that we planted when we moved in, and it is never ever ever, we've had it years, it's never flowered this early. So that is amazing. It must like it here. You guys, I have a little living room update for you. Last time you saw it, we'd just painted it, and can't remember if you saw the curtains or not. I think you did. We got pink curtains, but we have added some stuff, and I really want to show you because it's already totally changed the room. I'm not like going to show the whole room because it's still not finished, but I'll show you the bits we've done. We've got a new TV unit. I'm obsessed. We've hung up some of our artwork. The fireplace from the old house is now in here and it's decorated. Yeah, it just feels so much more like us and so much more like home, and yeah, I'm excited. Look, you're gonna love it. That's it, I'm leaving that in now.
Turn my music off on that.
I turned the radio off. Hi, it is the next day. We just went to Snappy Snaps and I've secured the goods. It is so heavy because obviously there was 10 cameras, there's 10 packs full of photos, but they also emailed me the link this morning. And I looked at one of them, I couldn't resist, and I'm very excited because it's exactly what you want. It's just like natural, fun photos people are taking or have taken throughout the wedding. Like, I just said to Ben, one of the ones I love the most that I've seen, I haven't obviously looked through many, is that someone took a photo like into the area where everyone was eating, like as people were coming in, and obviously that's just not a moment I would have seen. So yeah, I'm very excited to look through them. We are now going to John Lewis to look at baby things, which I'm very excited about. We sort of know what pram we want, but we haven't had a chance to actually like push it around yet, so I'm hoping I can do that today. We'll see. And I also got a strawberry acai from Starbucks. Feeling very summery. Now to get parked, because that's an issue. I can't believe it's my turn to be finally having my own pram and pushing my baby. Oh my god, I'm getting really emotional. Hey, I'm home. I've taken my shirt off, so I'm just wearing the little vest from underneath it, but it's snack time, and let me tell you, these little cheapo Mr. Freeze jubbly lollies have been going strong my entire pregnancy. I love them. They're like my go-to snack and a safe food that I've called it since the moment I found out I was pregnant, because they've never made me feel nauseous before, during or after eating them. This is a strawberry one. Yum. I've had these and the Coca-Cola ones. I love them. Haven't been able to find the tropical ones or the orange ones. Hopefully as summer comes I will. I'm so happy. Such success with the wedding photos, and we just sat here and went through them, and they're so good. In a bit, when I remember, I've got some work to do, and then I'll show you some because they're just so good. I'm so glad we did that. Highly recommend, if you're having a wedding, to put disposable cameras out. You just get such natural, funny photos. It's great. And then also such great success in John Lewis looking for baby stuff. We have finalised what pram bundle we want. We love it. We're really happy with that, and we finally decided on car seats. We've whittled it down to 2. And some other little bits. Baby carrier for baby wearing I found that fits the both of us, so that was great. Just, yeah, like a lot of big items that I've been wanting to get done now feel way more done, and that is just such a relief. And we actually have got an appointment with them next week, because that way you get a big discount. I think if you spend over £2,000 you get 20% off all of it, which with the pram and all the extra bits, the car seat, the like all the stuff we're going to get, because I'm also going to get like a nasal aspirator, monitors, towels, everything, so that I can get the discount. So yeah, I'm very pleased, very happy. Now I've got some more work to do, and yeah, I'll check in with you later. This little angel has been my best friend today, haven't you? You've been my best friend. Yes, you have. We have had such a lovely time together this morning. He was snuggling me. He let me clip his nails without much fuss. Didn't you, Angel? He's just been a joy. Yes, Mummy loves you so much. Yeah. Just thought I'd show you a couple of the photos really quickly from the developed cameras. This is one I took because you can tell it says bride and my flowers. I wanted a flower photo of. There's me. I love that photo. Ben must have taken that. And then this one made me die of me and my best friend. Look at us. She's like under my dress. I just remembered what happened in that, you know. That was when I stood up and the beads had been pushing into my legs. Do you remember? Yeah.
Oh.
That's what Robin's doing in my dress. And I was like, please rub my legs. And she's rubbing my legs. Great maid of honour. Good best friends. Okay, guys. I'm off to bed. Thank you very much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and do subscribe. I would love to have you. And yeah, just pray for me that I get a better night's sleep tonight. Bye.